Hey guys, what's up? It's Schla, and who's ready for the super extravaganza? The super duper, well, it's not this episode, so sorry. I'm realizing to the people watching this, you're not gonna actually, this isn't the super extravaganza yet. Um, it will be the, not even quite this episode actually. Like, not even that close to this episode, actually. I was gonna do that, but I guess I'm not gonna do it now. Um, I actually think, you know what? We're going to just chill out because I'm doing way too much wrong and I was way too last minute with the clock out. I was gonna do a minute sooner than this, but I'm just not gonna do that because I wanted to get some things set up for the trek ahead of time, but I did not get in here with as much or enough time as I thought. So I already turned my car on. I should have waited to do that, but I decided last second. There's just way too much for me to do here. So that's ready. This can go there. And now I just have to do this, and then we should be good. So only a minute off from where I wanted, but it's very okay, of course. Let me just do some things here. Alright, we need to be ready to go like right now, so alright. I say we're good. Say we just barely made it. Now let's just see. But yeah, it's supposed to be like a pretty big car rides Witchla extravaganza. We can call it the extravaganza. It's actually so cool. Honestly. It's honestly so cool. Didn't even think about like titling it that or anything. But yeah. I don't know. We're doing all that crazy stuff, so yeah. We're doing this crazy thing I haven't never done before. It's not really crazy, but to me, like anything new, I don't know, I just can't stand it. So we're hoping for generously good traffic and good fortunes, because that's really what we need right now. So isn't that all you can ask for out of life? Good traffic and good fortune. That's pretty much it. Don't really know what else there is to ask for. But yeah, the opener I wanted for this episode, I kind of missed its cue, but it was going to be this saying. It was going to be something like, you've heard of sleep walking, but now I'm doing sleep talking. That's basically how I feel like it's been today. And sadly, just burned through some mile per gallon because these people behind me were speeding quite a bit, and they tailgated me really hard, and I'm really trying to conserve mile per gallon for a mysterious reason. For a very mysterious reason. Now, I don't even know why I said that, because the mysterious reason is true and valid, but there's no reason for me to even have said that, because the truth is that why wouldn't you want to be driving as slow as possible and conserving mile per gallon? That's kind of like the whole point, like 24/7 anyway, so you can like evade even needing to reveal my secret. But yeah, these guys in the van, really not happy. Honestly, the way a lot of these people are driving, pretty crazy. And so my poor car is not getting as gentle treatment as I would usually give this poor little guy. Oh, he's not so poor and he's not so little, I would say. I'd say he's fairly average. At least this will give me time to take a chronicle of everything here. But yeah, we were a minute off, which is not amazing, but does it really matter? Probably not. So yeah, we're here at least, right? Just got to get everything squared away and hopefully, not have to stress my car out so much. Like, it's pretty crazy. I don't understand this stuff at all. It's like really crazy. Are they gonna go? No? Okay, well, I try, but some people just don't. They don't end up going for some reason. They just don't end up going. What can you do? What can you do? Why are they honking at me? That's crazy. The light's red. We're not going anywhere anyway. Why would you? Are people must literally be that like dumb that they don't. I think there must be people out there that think that you're supposed to drive like as close to the next car as possible and brake when you get there. Like, that's not how I drive at all, because it's not smart. It's not wise. But then, like this guy behind me is like beeping at me because I'm basically coasting. Like, I don't have my foot on the throttle and I'm just letting the car, just move like with zero throttle, which is absolutely what you're supposed to do if the light's red. And it's just like he actually had the audacity to honk at me. So what I'm realizing is a lot of people may not even know how to drive properly. And then this guy like just cut right in front of me last second, so then I had to tap my brake. And yeah, he's really driving crazy. I can see it because he just almost like hit the guy in front of him. He keeps like lurching like a maniac. Just like don't have the energy for this. I don't understand how anybody has the energy for this, honestly. I think it's like crazy. It's like my honest deduction of it. But yeah, I guess a lot of people just don't. It's hard to believe, but I guess that's true. I guess a lot of people don't really think about like the science of stuff and just they deal with things one thing at a time, so they just think for now they're trying to get home. They need to go fast. And so they're going to be slamming the gas, slamming the brakes, because that's like their present objective. For the moment, that's what they're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of, is that actually the most beneficial system or like the beneficial way of doing things? No. Because they're not getting anywhere. You're just like hitting the throttle, hitting the gas, not getting anywhere. You're going to cause yourself to have to get tires newer, not newer, tires more like frequently than you would have had to. You're causing yourself to, deal with a bunch of stuff that, you just wouldn't need to deal with otherwise. You're going to have to get brakes sooner. You're probably going to have to buy a car sooner. But again, like people don't see that. They don't even understand that. So I think that's why like people honk, because they're so wrapped up in the moment. They wouldn't even know what I was talking about, even if like I sat down and tried to tell them. And then if they could understand, they'd probably just not even care anyway. They'd probably say like, oh, life's too short, but in my case, I'm trying to do what I can to avoid those kind of situations. They're not fun situations. And so that's like the whole idea. The whole idea is you do these optimizations so that you can have a better reality for yourself. But again, I guess people really see better as just like faster. Like, is that really it? It's just about, I'm doing this faster, so that's better. They don't understand that there's like actually intrinsic value to waiting. Like, the longer you have to wait for something, the more valuable or special it is once you actually get it, and all that. I mean, they're not thinking about that at all. Like, probably not. No. It's a shame. It's definitely a shame. Yeah, I'm having to put the brakes on because a bunch of people are not really driving properly as usual. It's just like crazy. Because everybody just drives so abruptly. It's like really difficult to get anywhere. Like, I don't know how people really do that or why people do that. Like, we could just all move at a steady pace, but instead people want to rush and then have to stop and then rush and stop, and it's just like, why are we acting like this? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. People violating things all the time, like crossing over solid lines, like just all very like crazy behavior. And there's like blockages here and there, there's all kinds of blockages. There's a guy on my tail for no good reason, because there's always this like slowdown here anyway, and he's, I don't know what he's doing. He's trying to pass me, and then he's just going to get stopped anyway because there's a bunch of cars there, yeah, so he's having to put his brakes on. What I was saying I was going to do with my whole, like, big message was sleep talking. You've heard of sleepwalking, you've heard of sleeping, but have you heard of... Oh, wait. That's already a thing. I kid you not, when I thought of that, I thought it, like, wasn't a thing. Like, I thought I came up with this, like, funny joke about, oh, I can say I'm, like, sleep talking, like, I'm talking, but I'm kind of, like, I don't really know exactly what the point of what I'm saying is, and so I'll come up with this term, sleep talking, as, like, I'm, like, talking, and then I'm just realizing now that I'm saying it, that is already a word, and it's already a term. Like, it already means something. I did not invent that. That's absolutely already a thing. And so I just think that's like, I just can't believe that. I can't believe that I didn't like grasp that or whatever. I don't know. It's like very interesting. But yeah, there should be a mode in cars that's like a gentle mode where the throttle, for most of the throttle, it's like you can push it, but it will like just air towards whatever's the most economically friendly. So it would probably be like really gradual. Of course, though, if there was like an emergency, it would probably be like if you pushed the throttle past a certain point, it would snap out of that. But I don't know. That's kind of what I want in a throttle. Like, I want a throttle that's really feathery for like a pretty decent chunk of it, and it only starts to get hard once you really push it down. And that is not how it is in a lot of the cars I've driven. I don't know that a lot is put into the pedal tuning or the pedal feel. And that is kind of a shame. I mean, my Mini Cooper, I loved that. That seemed like it was kind of like that. But the problem is, I kind of have a hunch that was just due to its relatively low horsepower rather than some kind of specific throttle magic. But they could have tuned the Mini Cooper. It probably had like a better throttle curve than like just a regular car, if I had to guess. But that could just be, again, it really could just be because it is lower horsepower. So, yeah, that would make sense. Okay, this is not good. I did something earlier for no reason, and now I'm facing pretty bad consequences for it. So I have to resolve this. And in order to do that, I'd have to take both hands off the wheel, which is not good. So, yeah, this is not an ideal situation. Let's see here. So we have to, there we go. No, that wasn't actually that big of a deal. We're good. All right. Now I kind of want to get this going here, because I'm going to need directions, because we were going to a different place than usual, and I did not take my foot off the brake fast enough. There's no way I did. I mean, off the throttle. No, actually, that was pretty okay. That was pretty okay. Oh, it's my normal way anyway. That's fine then. I actually won't turn that on in that case. We'll just have that ready for when I do need the directions. It will probably be a longer car ride switch law than usual. So even you're getting this special longest walk switch law ever, you're also going to get possibly one of the longer car ride switch law in a while, maybe. I mean, we'll have to see. I guess we'll just have to see. So, yep. We'll find out. Anyways, yeah, I know. I'm sorry, like, there's nothing deep, but I honestly, I'm really not. I mean, I've been saying it for days now, and then I still end up getting into a deep conversation. But I don't think I'm doing well. And I keep saying that, but like, it has not gotten better since I've been pointing that out. Like, I don't really know. I don't really know how else to describe it. It's very, it's not good. You know, that's for sure. It's definitely not good. But, yeah, I don't really get it. I don't really know what's going on with myself. It's like, and again, I have this like treacherous walk I have to do, which is no good for obvious like, it's a shame. But again, after this week, I think things should get better. So that's like a good kind of situation, I guess. And yeah, for the walk, it will, I hope I won't get mixed up that it's a car ride switch law. I'll probably remember, but yeah, I know. It's like, I just don't really have a break. Most of the problem with these recordings is just processing them all. Like, getting everything into the package to upload to YouTube. And I technically don't need to do it the way I do it. Like, I could cut out a pretty big portion of it and make it a lot easier for myself, but I'm probably not going to do that just because I do a lot of stuff to fix it, like make the volume as loud as possible, and also add that image that you see. I do it in 4K, which is kind of a huge waste. That probably would speed things up a lot if I did it in 1080p, but I mean, we'll just have to see about that. I honestly don't know if that it's mainly just like it's uploading a lot of things, you know, like it's really just a lot. It's just so many things, you know. It's actually kind of insane how like inefficient society is and operates, like and how I've been given the curse of seeing that and just knowing that there's just like you can't do anything about it. I think that's kind of like a little bit crazy. I don't know. Just seems crazy to me, like, but that's the truth. Like, a lot of people, again, the mindless ones, they really benefit from being mindless because they have less anxiety and they don't really have to pay into the system as much. So yeah, it's just so crazy. I mean, how much control do we even have? I mean, I honestly, I would not congratulate myself for the things like I've pulled off in life. A lot of it has just felt like I don't even know. But is that bad of me? I know we talk about this all the time, the free will thing. I mean, I just don't know. Like, I just feel like so many people, you just don't, like, how do you have control over life? You really don't. I mean, you control what you can, but I think a lot of people, when they give advice, don't understand that especially nowadays, such a wider variance than there was before in terms of people who have unfair head starts than other people who have like unfair disadvantages, and then, you know, all that culminates to the system that we have now. But it's like, yeah, I don't even know. Sorry, just a bunch of thoughts came through. But yeah, here's to the worst episode in a while. But, you know, you're getting what makes up for the lack of quality, you guys are getting in quantity. So let's just think about it in that. Let's just put it into those terms. What you're missing in quality, you're going to get in quantity. Now, I have a feeling this long walk, I mean, it's possible we could get something pretty good out of it. It just depends. it depends. I'm remembering now that time I got stuck in a traffic jam and how like positively I handled it. And yeah, that era is pretty gone, isn't it? Like, it's kind of a shame. I really would like to get back on the positive track. I don't really have a reason not to. But I just don't think I've been there mentally. It's kind of been the problem. Because I just haven't, like, I don't know, like, mentally there's been so much going on, and I just don't know how to get there in my head to where I'm, like, happy about stuff, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't really know how else to describe it. But yeah, there's a bit of jitters about things, you know. Um, Probably gonna start the new directions now. And so far they're still the same. So I actually have a feeling it could be the same way I go home, except I just have to like keep going, basically. That's like my prediction, I guess. Because we still don't really need it. But that's my theory. My theory is I'll basically drive past my house and then end up like just going past it to get to there. But I don't know. There could be like a superior way to get there that's faster. That's just how I think I would do it, if that makes any sense. So, yep, you guys are coming with me because nobody else is here for me, sadly. I definitely lead a life, you know, I definitely lead a life. But, you know, I think it's good for me. I think it's good for me to do this stuff, but I'm yearning for a break and for relaxation. I mean, I've been pushing it pretty hard, and it's like there's no end in sight, really. You know, we're still doing the same as, yeah. It's still just the same. Yeah. No, there's no reason to put those on now. I should just turn that off. You know, I wish the turn signal was actually just like buttons on the steering wheel rather than this. I think the only reason why it's this knob is because of the auto turn off, but I would actually rather have turn signal buttons, honestly, because I usually manually turn it off. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but I manually turn it off because technically the bulb will be on for fractionally less time, so it will burn out much less soon. I feel like I said that in the worst. It will last longer. The bulb should last longer because over time, that like fraction of a second that it takes for your steering wheel to swing back and disable it, like over, you know, the hundreds of times you turn on a turn signal, is actually like quite a bit of time elapsed. And then when I told that to my friend, because he was thinking it was like an entirely different reason, when I told that to my friend, he was thinking on like very different terms. And he said, "Oh no, that's stupid." He just was pointing out that you you don't forget to turn it off, because some people turn it on and then they forget to turn it off. So that's like another reason why I do it, I guess. It just makes more sense to just manually turn it off. It's not good to leave it do the automatic thing. But that's what I'm saying is I have a feeling it's only these knobs. No, actually, I would want both. Like what I'm saying is I wouldn't want the knob to be gone. I would just want both. Like I would want a button on the steering wheel. I don't use cruise control. Like maybe I should. Like that might be something I'm into. But I don't really know how to use it. And so that's like some buttons on the steering wheel that, it just kind of takes up a bunch of space for something I never use, but it's possible I should get into that, honestly. Like I wouldn't be super surprised if that was like something I should get into, the cruise control, because it could probably just keep the mile. No, but how does it work with hills and stuff though? Because you have to change the throttle for the hills. Yeah, I don't see, that seems like I wouldn't like it then. That seems like I wouldn't like it. I don't know. I'm like kind of losing my mind about that. Let's make sure to, I think I have the right information, but we can just have that up to double check it. Yeah, it should be. I can't really tell if anything's different with the directions so far, but may as well shut them off in the meantime because I don't need them right now. Yeah, I think things will switch to the better for this episode once we're in that special walking portion of it. I'll be in a new, like I'll never have walked where I've been walking, so that should be pretty interesting because I typically walk like the same areas over and over again. So it's not usual that there's like a new road or something. I'm just looking, I mean, we're grabbing at straws here, guys. Like today's batches of videos are probably some of the worst. Actually, I mean, no, they're still probably the worst. No, don't get me wrong, they're still probably the worst, but some of the earlier ones were like, there were some interesting concepts that I actually wish I could remember. I think the end of the last one I was talking about, I think I was talking about competition and how it's like in the short term it seems like it's a good thing, but in the long term it always ends up like not really making any sense. I mean, the main argument is all those arguments around like unity, how it like unifies people and gives people like a purpose. The mental asylums are empty, all that stuff. But the thing is you have to remember, like, competition in that way is actually what has brought us to where we're at now. Like, that's why we're here, because you went through that stage and then you got to this stage now. So I think it's a bigger issue of it's not an issue of maintaining the previous. It's an issue of like not being able to move forward with a newer and a better system. Like that's really what the problem is, if you think about it. So I just thought that was like a pretty interesting like tidbit that I said today, in my humble opinion, in a day of like a bunch of bad stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's just, I don't know. It's definitely something to point out for sure. So Yep, we're just trying here. We're trying to get where we're going, you know. And I don't know, I get pretty nervous about this kind of stuff, but we have some clues that we've been given, so that should be good. Should be all good. Oh no, I think I know what we're doing. I think I see what we're doing. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, and then in terms of the treacherousness of it, yeah, I won't be home until kind of later, which is like very draining, especially with how I've been feeling. But you know, it is what it is. It's just like, what can you do? But yeah, I think the main change is we're actually not going. This is not really where I thought it would be. I'm trying to remember where I thought it would be. What was I thinking in my head this whole time would happen? Oh, yeah, no, I don't think it's going to be there. I could be wrong, but I think, like, the vision in my head for what it was going to be is not really at all what it is in reality. I mean, I tend to do that. I always, like, that could be a reason. Like, I'm so presumptive. Is it paranoid? Is that what... Because it's not even, you know, because I don't know if paranoid's even the right term. It's like, it's almost like I can't just not think about it. Like, I always have to think about what's possible and all the different possibilities. And it's not always negative. So I don't know, like, maybe paranoid is the right term, though, for some of what I do. I just don't think it's like, I don't think it's really all of what I do, like, if that makes sense, because some of it is like, I'm going to look up what the word means, though, because that would really give me some kind of, like, insight. Oh, wait, I actually shouldn't be doing that. Never mind. I don't know why I was doing that. Yeah, does that make sense? I think I probably am paranoid then. No, I need to look up what that word specifically means, but it's like presumptive. It's like I'm incapable of just like breathing and accepting that I don't know what's going to happen. I end up just being stuck, like thinking of all the possibilities. And it's not always negative. It's just a part of it too is just like a boredom thing, you know? It's not always like this thing that's like terrible necessarily. It's just it's tricky. It's very tricky. Now here's where I'm going to be very confused because I don't think I've been here before. But, you know, we're just trying to figure out how this would work. No, actually I do know where I am. This is where I thought I would be. Never mind. This is actually like exactly where I thought I would be. So my brain's kind of like smarter than I thought. Wow. That is pretty crazy because, wow. I guess I knew then. That's interesting. I don't know. No, I'm just like, because you know I said in my head it was going to be different, but no, like it's not. This whole time my brain kind of just knew what I was doing. I feel like that's pretty interesting to think about. Yeah, so it's okay. That's what it looks like. Let me just have the picture here. Alright. Just like, I don't know. I can't believe my brain just, like, automatically did the correct form of it in this, like, imagined thing. Like, I didn't really look it up or anything. Like, I don't know. I just think that's, like, pretty interesting. But yeah, just have to figure it out. Have to figure out how this is all gonna work. Pretty stressed, but not as stressed as I thought I would be, I guess. Yeah, so it should be right there. Yeah, this should be it. Alright, well, I will be back with you guys shortly, I guess.